Hey there.
Howdy!
Oh. Oh. Yeah. You finished! Amazing! Why do I need all these frames, you ask? Well, lately one of my photos, the desert rose, has been flying off the shelves and... No! Well, yes, in a sense. You see, I come up with the term desert rose, and I made it the title for one of the photos I'm selling. Desert rose, of course, refers to... Yes, precisely! I've started calling the city of Sandrock the Desert Rose. I'm trying to get the term to catch on. You know, good branding like that could get more tourists out here. Anyway, 10 frames are almost certainly not enough. I have a feeling I'll have to reorder a batch from you once these are sold out. After that, I'll give you a share of the profits. Keep in touch!
Hey there! Fancy seeing you here. Hey, come check out this view. It's only right here that you can see both valleys of the canyon. But if I'm being honest, I really just came here to admire our handiwork from a different angle. You know, when I said my master Verna would be proud, actually, I'm not so sure about that. She's more into deconstructivist architecture. Oh, sorry, that's... No. You don't literally deconstruct anything. Deconstructivism is a design thing. You deconstruct all the rules that you're supposed to follow, then actively set out not to follow those rules. The result is usually something pretty odd-looking, but neat. You know, if you're good at it. Verna's probably one of the first architects since the old world that uses this style. And I was pretty good at it too. It's just that this bridge doesn't really need the extra bells and whistles. Know what I mean? Here's one for you. Verna used to ask us this as new apprentices. Would you rather build something really beautiful or really useful? Exactly, yes. The world being the way it is, that's what we have to be doing. Making the free cities a better place for those who need it, with useful constructions. Master Verna, however, doesn't see things that way. Anyone can make something that gets the job done, she'd say. All of you are here to turn your plain ponderings of purposeless pavement piles into things of divine beauty. And though I do and always will appreciate a good alliteration, that ended up not being the path for me. Now don't get me wrong, I love superfluous geometric patterns on my buildings as much as the next gal. It's just, I couldn't stay in Atara working on vanity projects, knowing that the people I care about were here hurting. So after I finished my apprenticeship, I packed my bags, tossed all my job offers in the trash can, and bought a one-way ticket back to Sandrock. My master, she's a piece of work. You know the last thing she said to me? She showed up at the train station with one of those weird little pigs of hers tucked under her arm, just to squeak out one last, "You're wasting your talent." But when I see this bridge we built, this plain old run-of-the-mill, just doing its job and nothing else, very non-deconstructivist bridge, I know in my heart that I did the right thing in coming back home. We saved Sandrock, you know? This won't be our last fight, but very well could have been. It's good having you on the team. I hope you'll stay here. At least till we can turn things around for this town. Well, shucks. I didn't mean to tell you my whole life story. You probably got places to be, huh? I'll probably stick around and soak in the view a bit longer. I've rested long enough. About time I headed back. That was fun. We should hang out more. Later.
Did someone come in? Oh, I can see through the cracks a bit. You've come to join me? One-person closet, I'm afraid. You can hang out as long as you want. I'll probably be in here a while, though. Air's nice this time of year. Oh, yeah. They're still wondering about those letters, huh? Heard about that. Yeah. Well, it sure is hard to catch criminals. As you know, actually, I looked it up. Not writing your name on a letter isn't a crime. That's why I didn't get back to you. Gosh. All the evidence is pointing straight to, yeah, it does seem like I'm the lead suspect in this case. I mean, it's probably me, but what if it's not? Dang, it's hard to think inside this closet. Well, if it really is me, I'd want to be the first to know. Say, you're the best investigator we have on the force. Maybe you can solve this case. As it so happens, we are exactly where we need to be for that to happen. My house. I'll bet you could build a criminal profile on me based on my stuff. Why don't you take a look around? You might even find the secret letter I was going to give you. But don't get your hopes up too high. I hid it pretty good. Just head over to the jukebox and turn on the investigation music when you're ready. I do it myself, but, you know, closet. Nice. Can't have an investigation without the investigation music. Describe to me what you see, and I'll try to help out your investigation. All I know how to cook is yellow soup and lemons. It ain't much, but it gets me through the day. Yeah, you just take 2 parts yellow, 4 red dots, and, I don't think I know how to share recipes. You should ask Owen or Mabel about that. Ah, one of my finest rock stacks. Note how each layer is perfectly balanced, and yet each rock supporting them is a different size and consistency. I like to think that this sculpture represents the idea that, no matter who you are, we all have a place where we can fit in and hold each other up, ideally surrounded by cool rocks. How could anyone with such a wholesome rock stack be responsible for something like nameless letter writing? Let's look for more clues. A bunch of exercise equipment. If the perpetrator has been lifting weights like this, they'd be too strong to write. They'd smash the pencil in their grip, or rip right through the paper when they tried to write. Not looking good for our investigation. Well, yeah, you might be right. Probably not really either of us to say, though. Better keep looking. Couple boxes of rocks. Nothing to see here. Really? Don't you have hundreds of rocks in your storage boxes most of the time? I'm not judging. Obviously, I have plenty myself. You shouldn't feel bad about collecting things you like. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I think it's fine. One of my quieter works. The little one on top I balanced there with a tweezer. The delicate serenity of it all makes me less worried when I ask it to do dishes, and it never does. Oh, these? Justice gave me these. He wants me to eat more meat for protein, but I'm more of a yellow soup and lemons guy. Yep. That's Wilson. He's sleeping. Better not wake him up. Well, I guess if it's for the sake of the investigation, up to you. Looks like he's not talking, which makes sense. Wilson ain't no snitch. Well, looks like we didn't find anything. Guess I'm not the one who sent those letters after all. That's a shame. I was really rooting for you to catch me, if it was me, which is still up for debate. Whew, do you mind turning on that fan? Sweating bullets here inside this closet. Did you read the part where I signed my name? Wow, if you didn't get it from my letter, I always thought you were super cool. To be your best friend, it would be an honor. In case you didn't see, I asked Justice. He said it's okay if I have two best friends. And Wilson, well, he's just not the jealous type. So things are kinda just gonna be great from now on, I think.
Heidi, let me the mobile suit for a few days. I need it for research.
And what research is this specifically?
Specifically, 1. Analyze the operative efficiency of the mobile suit over various terrains. 2. Analyze the feedback efficiency of the suit while testing specific control inputs. 3. Synthesize these and other data in order to improve pilotability of the suit.
Alright, I walked into that one. That's on me. So what you're saying is, you want to learn to drive it better.
Framing my research with such terminology diminishes the prestige somewhat. But yes, one could say that.
Well, Doc, I know you love that thing, but let's not forget what happened at the ribbon-cutting ceremony. You crashed the suit. That was a whole lot of hurt.
The injuries I sustained from said accident were minor and have since healed. You needn't concern yourself with...
I wasn't talking about you. The suit. Thing's all banged up now. Won't even start.
I see. Was this inoperative status in the mobile suit caused by my actions?
Well, to be fair, just us using it on the bridge is where most of the wear and tear came from. I think your little fender bender was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, it looks like the front armor is damaged, and the ancillary engine is broken. On top of that, several hydraulic-powered joints are beyond stressed. I'd say it needs an overhaul to say the least. Tell you what, the city's got no plans to use the suit anytime soon. Fix her up, keep her in tip-top shape, and you can go on your little joyride. Sorry, do all the research you want. What do you think about that?
I accept. Although I will, however, need a whole host of rather complex materials to make the repairs, and to say that the Civil Corps could handle such a task would be a rather dubious claim.
Well, look who it is. When it comes to mats, why not ask our friendly neighborhood builder here to help us out? Quick, reliable, and a deft hand. There's no one better for the job. That is, if you want to do it.
Yes. The builder has proven their ability to acquire specific materials in the past. Indeed, they will be quite suited for such a task. One moment, please. Here is the list of the materials needed to repair the mobile suit based on Heidi's conclusions. I believe you will find the list comprehensive and easy to understand. Excellent! Please check the list carefully. If you're thinking of emulating the civil core habit of misreading an indexed item and recovering an incorrect material, instead, do not do that. I moved the mobile suit to my research center for its own protection. Please take care of it after you've found all of the required materials. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Is there something I can help you with? A mural for the temple. It's a wonderful idea. But a mural that size will take some time. And that's not something I have a lot of. Still, since you'll be putting aside your work to make the frame, perhaps I can do the same. It's a tough job though, and with things being tight lately, I'm afraid I can't offer a sizable discount. So it will be 1,000 goals for the mural. Would that work for your budget? Wonderful. I'll get started right away. I'll send it to you when I'm done.
The savory broth. I can feel it in my joints. Is that yak mill I taste? Excellent choice. Oh, and the noodles are so fresh. And the veggies really balance out the spice. Even my wife would love this, and she's... Whoop! Noodles almost made me spill the beans. Builder, you've done it. This dish is exquisite. I'm going to take this across the free cities. I surmise that the demand will be high. Gosh, you don't know how many other people I went through trying to get this recipe right. But you're the one. The one who can bend noodles to your very will. I think I'll call them Chauji Malatono de le Pleasantatious Man. That's Seasian for makes you drool with joy. Because they make me drool. I'm gonna trademark that. Anyway, I'm going to start talking to restaurant owners in other cities. Meanwhile, feel free to start selling the recipe around here in Sandrock. Maybe you can work something out with that saloon guy. What's his name? Joe? Just don't sell the recipe for anything less than 200 goals. Got me? Okay, we're pals now, so I'm gonna share with you a couple tricks of the trade. First rule of making a deal, you gotta ease into it. Don't just strike straight at the heart of the matter. Ask them about their family or something. Remember how I did? Second rule, always let them know you've got other options. Make them desperate. That's all. I'll be on my way. I'll send you any profit share later.
Howdy. What? Uh-huh. Yep. What? Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Howdy.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Good. It seems you followed my instructions to not make any mistakes. These materials will do. Good. It was no small task, but it's done. I almost hate to put the suit back into the field, as impeccable as it looks now. But alas, bound to the pursuit of knowledge, I must. Presently, your assistance is no longer required. The subsequent tasks to be completed require knowledge far beyond your area of expertise. Goodbye.
Work, builder. I knew the church could rely on you. I do appreciate the effort, make no mistake, but were I minister, we would not have spent our scant resources on such a project. But I am not. We both studied in Mayday. We've known each other for a long time. She's always been bright-eyed and idealistic, seeing the good in everyone. The ministry adores students such as her. I, on the other hand, have held tightly to the texts and the studies into the age of corruption. We need to learn well from the demise of the old world. When I was sent to Sandrock, the temple was just another building. The citizens paid no real heed to the teachings and had lost their way. They watched my servants skeptically, unaware they were repeating the sins of their forefathers. Others believe they are devout, but I can see the corruption inside them. They always did everything the way they wanted, not the right way. Do they not see, by flaunting the rules left and right, we're blindly stumbling into another Armageddon? I tried to warn them, to open their eyes. I only aim to do what's best for my flock. The spirits of the people need guidance away from their disorderly ways. Let us place this work upon the temple walls. A spectacular piece of art. If only its purpose were not so incompatible with my beliefs. To cover up the day of calamity. Are we to forget our history? Sandrock has its problems, but is not the most core of our beliefs to never forget the day of calamity? Nevertheless, these decisions are not mine to make anymore. I was here for a short while before Mady sent Matilda. As soon as she arrived, we received word that she would be taking the role of minister. I presume her interpretation of the Light Scripture was more fitting for the people of this town. I'm not one to question the Church's orders, so I graciously accepted my subservient role. As to the citizens here, evidently, I worry the minister is too lenient with the citizens of this town. She seems to believe the people here want to follow the light, but only a select few profess and show their belief in an appropriately fundamental manner. Anyway, thank you, Builder. I appreciate your dedication. Every act you perform for our city helps to spread Telesis in these lands and beyond.
Whew, nice work. The hardest part is behind us. First, some music to set the mood. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the show. Yep, you've heard the stories, but did you ever think you'd really be living it? Watching paint dry. You can't beat the smell either. If you look really close, you can see the thicker parts of the paint slowly drip down and even out. I make my strokes extra globby, so it's easier to see it drip. Looks like the paint is dry. Well, you know what they say, nothing good can last forever. Did you enjoy yourself? My favorite part was when the paint dried. Well, I'm beat. That was more than enough excitement for one day. I'll catch you later.
G'day. Oi! 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 Yeah. Yeah.